Good morning. Good to have your company this lovely Wednesday, the 12th day of April, 2023. Welcome on board. It's a very special edition this time around. We're going to be talking health systems, the benefits, and what is it all about when you talk about the health systems? And you know, when ICT comes in, it's very wonderful. It has really enabled and empowered so many sectors out there. And of course, not forgetting improving the women out there. Still here to celebrate the women in ICT, and we shall also still be talking health. My name is Sandra Kahunde. We're coming to you live from Broadcast House, Nile Avenue. Just a few minutes past the hour of 10. Well, our conversation this time round will be centered when it comes to health systems. And Damali is my guest for the day. I am having Damali Naikabale Wamala. She's an ICT officer, Molago National Referral Hospital. And for this particular conversation, I'm also joined by Brenda Twijushire. That is the right pronunciation. Before I take it the other way around in Fort Portal. She's also a systems administrator from the same place, Molago National Referral Hospital. Thank you so much for always choosing the national broadcaster and making us a part of your mornings. I'll welcome the ladies and introduce them to you. Brenda, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing very well. Yes.
Good to have you.
It's good to be here. Yes, I'm very excited to be here. It's such a pleasure.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you for honoring the invite for the national broadcaster to inspire so many people out there. Right here, it's all about inspiration. I'll get to you, Damadi. How is your morning this Wednesday?
My morning is very good, thank you. And I'm honored to be invited to this show to take part on the Women in ICT program. Okay.
Well, your work is kind of tricky. You're supposed to be on duty.
Yes.
But when it comes to ICT and the systems, do you leave everything programmed so that you can escape?
No.
How is it
Most
like?
of the time we have to be on ground. Yes, because we help the staff members navigate through the system that is used at the hospital. So we help them get familiar with the system, and if a problem arises, we are there.
Okay, before we get into the whole technicalities in the system and how you help the staff members navigate through it to ease their work, I suppose.
Yes.
How did you get the... Should I start with Brenda? How did you get at that particular field? Was it your passion? Is it something that you looked out to do, or maybe way back in school, depending on the kind of the courses that the kind of course that you chose?
I think my journey started as way back as my primary. Yeah, that's when I realized I was actually performing well in the sciences. That is science and math, and I continued to high school where I took physics, chemistry and math, and that will lead you in the fields of engineering. So after taking physics, chemistry and math, there are several choices you can take. There are several courses you can take. I was looking at taking chemical engineering. I was looking at taking biomedical engineering. There was software engineering. There was computer engineering. I really had a variety.
So your path was nothing like arts related anyway?
No.
One wonders for a woman to think that way.
Yes.
Anyway, any regrets so far? How has it been like for you?
It's awesome. Yes.
You are like in your perfect shoes.
I feel I do not regret. Yes, I feel I'm in the right field. I feel this is what is meant for me. Yes.
Well, is there like something you, in relation to maybe government, because they put up programs and encouraging the girls out there to get into the science world straight from school, maybe high school. Do you think if the parents or the government itself does not encourage the young girls to take that path, is that a problem? Like, for example, if they were not like putting initiation into encouraging the girls to take the sciences, and choosing to take that kind of path, that there is money to earn and they can also manage such positions are not only meant for men?
I think the girls out there, right from a young age, they need direction, they need inspiration, they need motivation in order to in order for them to take this path of engineering. So
the assistance that the government has put in place and the parents encouraging the girls to take that path also assisted you in a way? Yes,
it did. It did. Because I remember when I was choosing my course, I had to seek out for guidance. Luckily enough, I had an uncle who had an idea of engineering, and he could advise me, take software, take computer. I can tell you that when I joined campus, I joined on a software engineering degree. But then I realized that actually software is more of coding. Coding is tough. It is tough. So I decided, I was interested in more of the physics and math. So to me at that time, at a young age, you don't know some things. So I thought coding did not have a lot of the physics and math. Yes, I realized later, of course, that it's there in software. And they still had
to be your friends.
Yes.
Physics had to be part of you as well.
Yes. So that is why I changed from software engineering to computer engineering. Yes.
Wow.
I was really passionate about engineering. I did not want anything.
Say you're going to you speak to someone out there who's trying to figure it out, and maybe they're also passionate like you when it comes to sciences. You know, it's easy to be on this other side. It's easy to be in this position, to be the one to ask the questions.
Yes.
Though it's not easy to set questions. Anyway, Damali, getting to you, how come you took that path?
My journey to taking ICT began when I was in my A-level. I did PEM. So at the university, that is when I took on a degree of science in information technology. And then I loved majoring in what? In desktop support, where you offer desktop support to clients, to maybe in the organization you're working in, to staff members, helping them navigate through the systems. If there are anything that needs to be corrected, if they have any software faults or hardware faults, you come in to help them, or you teach them how to use a new technology. That is where I come in, and it gives me so much satisfaction when I solve a problem of a client. I just feel like I've accomplished something at the end of that day. It gives me so much joy. Yes, that's why I majored in desktop support.
After doing the sciences at campus?
Yes.
You majored and specialized?
Yes, I specialized in that.
Okay. Because now when you talk about systems, one wonders. She's talking about systems. Systems, those cables, is it... she has to be closer to the computer? How can she achieve all that? Please, more details.
A system involves both hardware and the software. So someone might think of a system as only a software part, but it involves both. So now for the end user, should be sitting in front of a computer using a system. For example, right now at Molago, there is a system called the Integrated Health Management System, which our staff members use to enter records of patients, to monitor their health and even records. So the medical records officers use them, the nurses, the doctors. So now that's the system that they're using, and we hope them know how to use it. If there are other new staff members that want to join into the system, we register them, and we hope them learn how to use it. So within no time, they know how to use it. Maybe I think people think the word system is something so big and
it's too broad, eh?
Yes.
And it is too technical. So does it help in a way? Because there are complaints previously. I don't know if you still encounter them. I'm yet to get to know from you. One thinks of Malago and they're like, oh my God, we're going to hold on, we're going to wait, there's going to be a queue, no one's going to attend to us. Does the system erase that kind of incidents?
The system makes work a little bit faster. Because by the time you go to that doctor's room to attend to you, he already has your records. So you just tell him what your problem is, what you're suffering from, and he'll put all those details, and then he'll tell you where to go get the medicine, and you're good to go. So it has eased work a lot.
Do you have like positive response coming through about Mulago National Referral Hospital?
Well, I won't speak on that.
Since you help the staff people. So how is the process like? I'll get to you, Brenda. To figure it out, do I need to take like a month or 3 months to figure it out and, you know, get to that particular bit of ICT in health to ease my work at the hospital, at the staff members that you take through to get to know the system?
Oh, sometimes it's not an easy process. It is not sometimes. But when we have a system that is rolled out in the hospital, it has to be implemented. So we start with the training of the users, and still, even when the users are able to use the system, we still give them support. They're still having challenges here and there. Some have forgotten. Some are still resistant to using the systems. They're adamant. But yeah, when they call upon you, you're there to support them.
So it's a must take on for every person who is working at the hospital?
The hospital, it is a very big environment. So systems, they start out small. You start on a small scale and then you scale up, you expand to the rest of the hospital, to different departments. So for the departments that are using the system already, yes, we start with those. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Damali, is it, how easy has it been like for you to help out the people to accommodate or embrace the new technology at the health facility? Because at the end of the day, ICT has to be part of us, especially for the organizations and the safety of the people out there.
ICT is growing, so whether we like it or not, we need to embrace it in all sectors. So now for us in health, we are not excluded from that, because ICT really improves the quality of health care. So when it comes to that system, we usually help the people using it, the sub members using it, to embrace it. But it also comes with these challenges. Some take their time to master it, while others are quick to learn it. So that's where the challenge comes in. But at the end of the day, in case of mistakes
after they fail to learn or go back or adapt to it, are there like issues of like, I'll be given excess medication? What faults come through with it in case someone has failed?
Excess medication.
Can they disorganize the other parties within the health facility for someone who has made either errors and have failed to grasp it?
No. It is on
You're there to handle.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think it can affect a patient in any way. More so when it comes to medication, no.
So would you advise all the other health facilities, especially in the rural setup, to embrace that kind of technology? Yes,
they should, because it is coming up whether we like it or not. And
so it's a must, it's by force. At least tell us something good about it for them to get to know and embrace it. Not only, maybe not only in the urban setup, but at least in the rural health centers that we have.
It is really good for one to embrace technology because of the ease that comes with it to improving lives.
The ease, you mean like the time, it's fast?
It saves time and it is cost effective in the long run. Though of course with implementing at the beginning it is costly, but as time goes on it becomes cheaper. So, yeah, so I guess I rather emphasize that it should be embraced even in the rural setup. Yes.
You think they would really adapt to it? Because I mean, at least others, fine, they're onto the network systems. They have their phones, they use them, but maybe they might not have the smartphones. You think it would be easier for them to embrace, especially the nurses or the midwives in such areas? Do you think it would really work out for them and it would be easier for them to adapt to? Brenda?
I don't think it's easier for them on their part. Yes, some try, but sometimes I would say especially the nurses. We have nurses who do like diploma, and you find they're not using more of computers. So you come to a workplace and you're using computers. Besides the nurses, even other staff, whereby in their courses and in their field, they are rarely using computers. So here you are, and there is a system and everyone has to use it. Yes. So sometimes you find they have this like imposter syndrome. You feel, I can't use this system, I don't know it. Yes.
And
yes.
It happens with the women.
So it crops in them.
It
crops up in
with
them.
The women,
yes.
right?
Yes. So, but as ICT technicians, engineers, we are trained on how to deal with such issues. Yes, we have to make them our friends. You have to be patient with them. You really have to be. Yes, until they catch up.
So it takes a while, like 3 months down the road.
Not 3 months. Yes.
They're like, I'm done with school now. You're making me learn so much
I
more again
school.
at my age.
Yes.
Well, Damali, would love to share maybe the other challenges that comes with it.
With ICT?
And the system itself.
The system? Well, the system, now on the side of the users, it takes a while for them to navigate, to learn, and to keep up. And then another thing, technology keeps evolving. You have learned this today, then tomorrow there's a different update, a different software update. So that system keeps on evolving, because technology is like that. You have to keep on learning every day. It's changing and changing all the time. That's one of the challenges that we have with the system. So you have to keep updating it all the time. Then the time lag. Sometimes when the system gets a problem and you have to call somebody from another network, say with NITA, to call them and to work on a bug or a problem that I personally cannot solve. So it takes time, and then patients are waiting. Even now my client, the staff member, is also waiting. Sometimes it takes patience, and we need to move in a fast forward. People are not patient anymore. They want
attention. They're in pain,
yes.
and you're telling them to hold on.
They want to be worked on fast. So that's a challenge that we have.
So the time lag itself.
Yes.
What could be the outcome? What could be the cause of all that? For a failure or something? I'm trying to think about it. Or it just happens. You wake up and today maybe there's too much temperature and the machines are down.
A system is like a human being. Today you're okay, tomorrow you have a headache, you have high temperature, so you need to go and get yourself checked. So it also happens with the system. Today it's fine, tomorrow it has, like, the system is slow, the system is not working.
And you're like, the previous night everything was okay.
So that is now also another challenge. So you have to keep checking to see what is wrong.
Well, I'll get back to you, Brenda. What's exciting about your field of work?
It's exciting. What I love about ICT engineering, like she was talking about the evolving technologies and trends, there is always something new. There is always something to learn. And it is broad. It is very broad. You have a variety to choose from. You can do security, you can do networking, you can decide to go for software programming. Yes, so there is a variety to choose from. And also interacting with people. You interact with different kinds of people. I'm a computer engineer, but I'm at Molago interacting with doctors, with nurses, yes, with different people, with administrators. So that is really interesting.
Well, I wouldn't ask what else would you have done if it wasn't computer engineering or something else. Well, for the viewers watching us this morning, we're talking ICT in relation to health and how the nurses or the doctors or the people out there, especially the women, how they have embraced this and how it has really worked for them, those that are working in the health section itself. And this time around, our guests are talking more to do with the health systems that have been put in place in those health centers. We're getting to know how the system works and how it benefits the patient and the staff people at those health facilities. And maybe just for some of the facts that you need to know. We have the some of the health information systems we have in place. We have the electronic medical records and the master patient index practice management software. There'll be a lot there for you to know. And Damali as well as Brenda, they're here to put more light on it. And well, for some other fact that you need to know, according to World Health Organization, a health system consists of all organizations, people, and actions whose primary intent is to promote, restore, or maintain health. And this includes efforts to influence determinants of health as well as more direct activities that improve health. They're talking about the benefits. One has to grasp. It eases work, and of course, there is no time lag. Things are smooth, so that is why we're talking more to do with ICT and its benefits. Well, for someone out there who wants to be like you, Damali, trying to figure it out, they're like, which courses should I go for? Where should I place my best foot? You get it, to strive through this competitive world. Why would they take the path that you chose?
Well, just like Brenda said, ICT is broad. And there are different specialties you can venture in. You can be a systems administrator, you can be a network administrator, you can be an ICT support technician, you can be a website designer, a graphic designer. There are different fields one can major in. So once you find where you can place your foot, I would say go for it. Something that you're passionate about. Go for it. Don't even think twice. You know, sometimes you can get thoughts in your head and, can I really do this? And you know, women, usually most of we ask ourselves, can I really do this? And there's nothing that can stop you. The only person that can stop you is yourself. The things that are in your head. So I would tell a lady out there that go for it, go for what you love. And there's so much space for women in ICT. We need more women in the ICT sector. So I would say totally, go for it.
Well, do you think sometimes the parents tend to force their children into making certain decisions when it comes to choosing their professions? If a parent out there is trying to figure it out, which advice would you give them? Or if they ended up forcing the child to take your path, they're like, she's there watching and she has appreciated what you do. And like, okay, I would love my daughter to stand out and shine just like Damali. Maybe get an opportunity to work at a health facility. If they were forced to take that path, you think they would do well?
When something is imposed on you, I would say you would not go too far. You would do it to please your parent, but deep inside your heart you'd even not work, or you'd not want to wake up every day to go to work. I would say a parent should ask a child what he or she wants to do in life, what their passion is, and support them and encourage them to go towards what they want. Yes, that is when you enjoy what to do. You look forward to waking up every morning to pursuing your passion, something you're interested in.
So at the end of the day, they're supposed to take the path of sciences to excel in the kind of field that you're in.
Something that they're interested in. If it is sciences, let them go to sciences. If it is something else, they do that something else.
Okay. Well, Brenda, what do you think? What are your thoughts to that?
I still think the same. A parent should leave the child to choose what they feel they are comfortable with, what they are passionate about. If it is, be it arts, they can go for arts. Don't force your child to go for sciences, because for sciences, there might be some prerequisites for you to do the sciences. So you might find the child is performing well in arts. So I actually encourage parents, especially when children finish their senior 6, and then you find the parent looking for a course for the child. So when you're choosing the courses, choose the courses where the where the child is performing, the subjects where the child is performing, yes. For example, if you look in the list and the child is performing well in history, in literature, let them go for an arts course. They can do law and still be successful. If it is physics, math, then they can go for the engineering. If it is biology, they can follow the the path to medicine and the related courses. Yes. And another thing, as a child, as a student, as someone out there who wants to do engineering, who wants to do ICT, you need to be hardworking. You need to be hardworking, you need to be determined, you need to be ambitious. These courses are very hard. So by the time you go there, you should know what you're going for.
You had moments where you had to skip sleep, eh?
Yes.
And read the book.
Yes.
Or put your feet into the water so that you grasp everything.
Exactly. Yes. So right from high school, you know your strength. From even primary, you know your strength. You know that I'm good at this. You know that I have a weakness here. So look at what is your strength. In most cases, our strength help us to determine what we can choose. They help us in making choices. And when we follow our strength, we really perform well. Yes.
Well, Daman, would you love to have a daughter turning out to be like you and taking mommy's path?
Well, that would be so nice, very interesting. But like I said, if she's interested in my path, I'll totally let her go for it.
It's not like, please, you have to do this, it's the in thing.
No, I wouldn't want that for my daughter.
It pays back at the end of the day.
Yes.
That's what you'd go telling her. It will pay back, it will pay back.
But something you're passionate about is fulfilling at the end of the day. It is satisfying. So if she's interested in my path, I'll totally support her. If she's interested in something else, I'll also still support her. I'll let her go for it. Knowing that she has mommy's back.
Okay, with the kind of field that you're operating at Mulago Hospital, what do you think needs to be done for you to have a better environment, to enjoy your position, and of course to enjoy your work each and every single day? What needs to be done?
We still need more hardware to make our work easier, because yes, we have something, but then more is still needed to make our work easier and faster.
More hardware?
Yeah, of course hardware will come with the software.
Because we need more hardware. What are you talking about?
We need more systems in place to ease our work and also to ease the work of everyone in the hospital. Yes.
Won't there be like an issue of like we have to cut off employees because we have the systems in place, and that becomes an issue as well. We're having so many staff, so we need to cut off since we have the systems in place.
I don't think there's something like so many staff when it comes to us, because we are even lacking, more are still needed.
So are the systems in place? There's no way they're affecting the personnel or having the physical person to come to work. There's nothing like an effect?
The systems in place, no, really, they are just complementing each other. Yes, because it's the people, the users that are using the system. But in the future, the systems may take over and yeah, I see, of course, people losing jobs. Yeah, we have a lot of trends, technologies coming up, artificial intelligence, whereby the systems, the softwares are actually doing the jobs. So there is a lot coming. ICT is really evolving at a very fast pace. Yes, so that is why at the moment we need to embrace technology so that everyone at least is aware of the technologies. At
least someone to get to know the basics, not to just
run away, basics, yes, to know the basics.
In all sectors and in all fields.
Yes, because first of all, ICT is being applied in almost all the industries, all the fields. If you go to the bank, they are using an ICT system. If you go to we are in the health sector, we are using ICT systems. If you go to the industries, the manufacturing industries, it is systems. So there is no way you can run away from ICT. There is no way you can run away from technology. It is here.
Okay, just get to know your thoughts. So when it comes to, Damali did share her opinion when it comes to making it easy for you to enjoy your work, your workspace, so that the systems administrators do not hassle, the officers don't have any problem or issues. It's not like we're carrying out to government that we need the money or we need the what, but sometimes it has to be echoed. What needs to be done to make it easy for you? To ease our work, to government, of course, for the ICT employees, staff already in the government facilities, more training is required. More training is required for us to be able to learn new skills that we can apply to the existing systems. Also, in addition to the training, and especially let me talk for government, even private, government can give us more opportunities, study opportunities, because with government like Uganda, we are having some bilateral relationships with other countries. So through that we get some opportunities like scholarships, so students and employees can be sent outside to developing countries that are using advanced technologies, advanced infrastructure. For example, I will talk about South Korea, because South Korea really, they are using high technology. So when someone moves out of the country and they have that exposure, they come back and bring it to their workspaces, to their work environments. So at the end of the day, maybe if you got an opportunity to go in those particular countries,
yes,
you definitely fit in.
You would fit in and come back still
with more knowledge,
with more knowledge,
ideas to share,
more ideas to share with your colleagues. Yes,
but and apparently more training.
Apparently more training. Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. Well, something else I really, she talked about, Damali talked about the system failing at some point, yet the previous night you left when things were okay. And you gave an example of the banking itself. There's a system that they definitely use in those financial institutions. That time you go to the bank and they're like, you cannot withdraw at the teller. No, you cannot get these other services. The system is down. And you don't understand anything at all. System, is it network failing? But you see they have the power. The electricity is coming through. What really could be the fault or the problem? She says you have, at the end of the day, you end up calling NITA. Please, we need support. What really is the problem?
What is happening is, as government facilities, entities, we don't work alone. So we are here seated at Malago, but we work with other entities. We work with NITA. So they might be having some challenges, so there is a delay in getting a response from them. So sometimes that's what happens. And also, the processes of solving a problem, sometimes they take long. It is like someone getting sick and you don't know when they'll recover, but you still give them medication. So also when there is like an incident, in the background, IT is really...
Especially in the bank, that crisis itself.
So we are there.
So everyone is
in the bank, we are really working, trying to...
We have to wait for someone to fix either software or something. Yes. So the problem is the software, not the network.
The problem,
because a local person, once is like, system I cannot get the money. What is the problem?
Because it might be hard to explain to a local person, an ordinary person, what is really happening. So it's easier to... I can't start telling you like the details of what is happening.
So how will they embrace ICT? They'll be like, no. Those ones who went to school. That's how they'll, you know, fail to get into this world that we want them to adopt and know that it's really important to embrace ICT.
These systems, just like I said, they're like a human being. For you to be fit, up and running, you need to eat, you need to sleep, you need to take a shower. Now for the ladies, you need to do a hair, do a makeup, dress, you know. So even now for systems, sometimes they'll need to be under maintenance. They'll need to be updated. So I think sometimes we've gotten like messages from the banks that for tomorrow or between say 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. the system will be down because it needs to be maintained. I think you've ever gotten such a message. Because now it happens. So like for every system, whether in the banks or in the hospital or elsewhere, they need to be maintained, they need to be updated, and sometimes they can break down. If you've ever had your car breaking down on the road, you're heading off to work and even at the traffic lights, it's saying green and yours is breaking down. So it can happen to a system, to a car, to a human being.
So when it happens at the health facility, you get back to the analog way, running around and documenting things in the black box.
Sometimes you have, you know, problem solving. The system is down. What can we do? The patient needs to go. So you devise through other means of getting the work done.
You get the shortcut, but at the end of it, it's a longer process.
Yes.
It's taking you way back to analog. So it has nothing to do, like, because Uganda is a developing country, it has nothing to do with that?
No, I believe even in those developed countries,
they also have the issues when it comes to the system breakdown.
Yes. So I think you just need to let your customers know, your clients know that we are sorry for that, probably system failure or whatever it is. We'll get back to you, and we are trying to solve that problem as soon as we can. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Okay. Yeah, like she's saying, it's very important for communication. You have to tell people what you're doing. You have to tell them we are solving this. Please be patient. Yes.
Well, Brenda, I want you to speak to maybe people out there, why they really need to embrace this health system, how it will work for them and how it will ease their work. Just having your thoughts to that.
These systems, the health systems, we are using them for medical records, storing the patient data. So it is easier even when a patient comes. Actually, when the patient comes, we register you. We register you, we have all your details. Even the next time you come back, I do not have to ask you, so what is your age? Where are you coming from? What is the problem? Because I already have everything. So that will make the process faster for you to see a doctor, to see a nurse, to get whatever services you have come for. So that is why they really need to embrace the systems, because they are helping them. You don't want to come to the hospital and spend how many hours there just because I have my book, I'm writing and checking and picking files. The manual way, it is hectic, because if you come and then I have to go and get 1,000 files looking for this person who last came in which year. With the computer, it is very fast. It is very fast to retrieve information. So, and you're talking about health systems. Besides the medical record systems, we have other systems like systems that are used in stores. Still, it is medical records. For example, hospitals, we receive deliveries of drugs and other materials that are needed by the hospital. So it helps you keep track of everything you have.
So nothing like at the end of the day, they stole the drugs from the health facility.
Yeah, and for easy reporting.
Or those other deliveries did not make place and they had to, you know, find legs and go somewhere else.
Yes. We have other health systems we are using. Besides the health systems, in the health centers, we also have human resource management systems, which are helping still to keep records of all the employees, the staff in the hospital, for easy management, for easy reporting, for easy timekeeping. Sometimes you find you have like an HR system and it is integrated with like a time management system, a biometric system. These things work hand in hand. So it is really easy to keep track of everything, the processes going on around the hospital.
Not just having only the CCTV cameras.
Yeah, you've talked about the CCTV. Yes.
Okay, for the rural woman out there, they would look at this urban lady. They're like, can I really be like them? There's a way ICT has helped, like say maybe an example I can use in India, when the women go to the health center, to the call centers, or they make such they make trips to such trainings. They go back to their communities and try to educate them, and they share the testimonies of how ICT has also impacted their lives, even when it comes to the home setup. How would you encourage a woman in a rural setup to stand out and be like you and embrace the ICT world?
Embracing the ICT, indeed, it starts on a personal level. Most of us have mobile phones. So on a personal level, it improves our daily lives in terms of communication. Information is available to us on the tip of our fingers. Go and search for whatever you want to search for. You can talk to any person in any part of the world. There is video calls. WhatsApp is now the in thing. Instagram, all those communication apps are there. So it really, really eases life. And for the woman in the rural area, she should, I think the first thing, like I said, is to own a smartphone. And then afterwards, you can also influence your fellow women in your area to do the same. And they can even use social media platforms to change their areas and see the well-being of women in their areas. And social media really does a lot of work. And also they can use social media to change their lives, to sell anything, to do business, and that would be the starting point. Because there are certain things you need to deal with at the end of the day. When you have your budget for the day or for a week, you have to include the data expenses as well. Surely.
Well, that's another thing that we have to figure out, how you can manage. Well, Brenda, how do you inspire a woman out there, those doing business on a daily? Maybe they sell maize by the roadside, or they're like, there for those ones who are able to put on the heels and they're good at what they're doing, and they try to exclude themselves and lag behind. How do you inspire them?
For such a woman, such a lady there, she might not start with herself, but she can start with making sure she educates the children. Because in most cases, such a background, if you're from such a background and a child comes from such a background and they're able to go to school, and you'll find they're the ones that are using these devices, the phones that are using the computers, and with time you find they've transferred the same to the parents. You find they're teaching the parents. That's why sometimes you find you're at home and your parent, your relative, someone at home is asking you, can you help me with this? And you find it is the child that is helping out. Yeah. So you can help someone else who can help you too. Yes.
To enjoy the tech world.
Yes.
Well, before we let you go, I'm just getting to hear Damali's words of encouragement. What's exciting about your field?
My field, for me, on a personal basis, I'm satisfied when a client is happy. A happy client is a happy me. So when I solve a problem, I get that satisfaction that, so and so now she's okay because I've helped her. So any person, any lady pursuing IT, should not give up. And you know, it has just started. The journey starts just starting for the ladies, because this is a male-dominated sector, and would love more women joining ICT and embracing it. So they should not give up. They should continue in the ICT sector.
To you is to have a happy client. You will not think about the paycheck at the end of the month.
They say what you love, usually at the end of the day, to bring in the money.
It's not like waking up in the morning and you think about work, you definitely get a headache. You're like, oh.
And with work you don't like, if you're not paid, you'll be like, I think I should even leave this, because you're doing it for the money. So if you're not paid, you'll be like, now why should I go?
Okay, briefly before we let you go, just knowing Damali Wamala, the ICT officer at Mulago National Referral Hospital, what is your role or your responsibilities each and every single day when you position yourself in your office?
Well, every day when I go to work, I help users navigate through the system. I do system maintenance, update computer software and hardware, and help a user when the need arises. Definitely, my clients are the hospital staff, the medical records, the doctors, the nurses. So just making sure the system is up and running and it's working well.
Well, shall get to Brenda now. What's exciting about your field for someone out there to be like, I wish I can be like Brenda and be the systems administrator at Mulago? As you also let us to know your role and exactly what you do each and every single day, your position there.
What is exciting is finding yourself as, in most cases, if you're in an engineering field, you might find yourself as the only woman, the only lady in a room full of gentlemen. It is really exciting.
And you have to listen to your ideas at the end of the day.
Yes. So I really embrace that. I'm proud of that. And also it is really, like she was saying, fulfilling to find that you're solving people's problems. So you find you've woken up and then there is this task you have to do and you're cracking your head. The other bit is I love that we use our heads.
More often.
Yes, you have to use your head. You crack your head. You'll come to me, you'll ask me something and I'm completely green about it, but I will make sure I give you a solution. So you get your
research at the end of
the day. Yes, we do research. So I love the research.
There's no monotony when it comes to your position.
No.
Every day is a learning experience.
Every day
you have to do more research.
Yes. So I love that about it. You're always discovering new things. So you have your good moments, you have your stressful moments, your breakthroughs, you work on something, you've been really trying to figure out this thing. You can even go for like 3 months working on one thing.
Since you're closer to doctors, you don't think of taking antidepressants?
No.
Wow.
Yes. So those moments of breakthroughs, they are really interesting. And about what I do, my roles, my responsibilities as a systems administrator, majorly I'm working on the networking of the hospital. So at the other end, the user end, you'll find the computer is there, there is internet, you can Google, you can use the system, but you don't know that at the back there is a server, there is a switch. All those are connected to be giving you the best experience at the other side. So me as a systems administrator, I have to be aware that that is my role, that is my responsibility. Everything is supposed to be running smoothly.
So in other words, you're like the backbone.
Yes. You're in the kitchen, you're the one cooking.
Okay.
Yes. So also in the hospital, there is a lot of crime going on. We have theft, we have violence, there is a lot going on. So We have systems, we have CCTV, surveillance, for surveillance, monitoring to see what is going on around the hospital. Yes, to mitigate those crimes and risks, and yeah, be able to know what happened at a particular time, at a particular point.
So your work, there's really a lot of activity going.
Yes.
Every minute counts.
Yes. There is also support, IT support. You're supporting the users with the challenges, the issues that are coming up. Every day I might be here, like she was saying, and the system is down. And what is the problem? Maybe it is the internet, maybe it is the machine itself. Maybe sometimes I think you normally hear a virus has affected my, I can't find my work, so all of that.
Everything just disappears.
Everything has disappeared, yes. Yeah.
So you're supposed to give solution to that?
Yes, I'm supposed to give solution to that. Also at the back still with the systems and the softwares we are using, we are making sure that the systems we are using, they are secure. We are ensuring the security of the systems.
No one can tap into it. Yes. And get to steal the information.
Yes, there is also the privacy of the patient data. So you're supposed to be identifying loopholes that can help, that can be used to upgrade the systems, to make patch-ups on the systems, yeah, so that everything is fine.
Should we say salute to government for all that you just shared with us when it comes to the health system that has been put in place at Mulago National Referral Hospital? It's salute to government.
Yes, it has played a big role in improving healthcare in Mulago.
Okay, well, thank you so much for spending time with us. We really, at least now you've tried to break it down. I'm sure even the person watching knows now what systems is all about in the health facilities, and how good it can be to embrace the tech world and also enjoy it as Ugandans. It's not only for the refined women, the ones that have gone to school, the ones that have graduated. It's for all of us to embrace. And for this particular episode today, should not only saluting government and you, the viewer, for watching and following every single day, but also saluting my guests at Damali Naikaba Wamala, the ICT officer, Mulago National Referral Hospital at the extreme end. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure being hosted here. Okay,
amazing. And also Brenda Atwi Juchile.
Yes.
That is the right pronunciation.
Yes.
The Systems Administrator at Mulago National Referral Hospital. It's been a pleasure spending time with you.
Thank you.
Okay. Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Well, for the viewer out there, that's all we had time for this episode. My name is Sandra Kahunde. We're coming live from Naila Avenue to bring you this program. Make sure you join us once again tomorrow. We can't wait to have your company once more. So do join me yet for another date, that is tomorrow, Thursday. Well, today has been the 12th of April, 2023. Thank you so much for choosing a national broadcaster. More programs are lined up for you, so do stay with us. Do not run away. And from the entire team, have a beautiful day.